Today is, what is it? Saturday. I am next to a badass vegan. This is Tim. He just gave a lecture for about an hour and a half. And I went to him for 2.5 years, right?
No, actually, just over 3 years.
And it's the first time I've ever videoed you.
I've made some appearances in videos, but this is the first.
It's like first real video of Tim, and he just gave actually he talked for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I like things to be uncut.
Hour and a half, and he went this straight up. So why explain now? Why's your arm around me?
Because you're the reason why I'm still alive.
Wow, okay, that's pretty cool. You did really good. Okay, why you got involved with raw food? And your focus today was not so much on raw food; it was on
well, it was things that are based around the way we eat and our lifestyles. I think there's more to it than just eat this is good, or eat that, this is bad. It's what's pushed in our face, it's what we grow up with, it's what's accessible, it's what's around us.
And it's also hard to get rid of too.
Yeah.
Not impossible.
Yeah, you get used to it.
You get used to it.
And I'm a perfect example because I ate whatever I wanted for a very long time.
Right.
And after meeting you and switching over to raw vegan, complete 180.
So what happened to you, and what would you talk about?
Well, a lot of my talk was about the psychology and advertising and corporations and things that are pushed in our face,
right? Making
it easy to eat a certain way that is not good for us,
right?
Or eating processed foods, for example, or eating modified foods. I wanted to get into the background of that because it's not always as easy as seeing a donut and saying, okay, that donut is obviously bad for me. There's a lot of products I grew up eating that I actually thought was good for me and my mom thought was good for me.
That's true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Because I have kids, they're all parents, and they give this kid crap. I keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Don't feed your kid that food.
Yeah. It happens to me every time I go to the supermarket now. I look in everybody's cart.
Right.
I want to see what they're getting, and I look how they're dressed. I'm thinking, that's probably a mom. She's got a couple of kids, and she's buying her kids Pop-Tarts.
Or yogurt.
Or yogurt, right.
And what can you do?
You just, I don't know, slip her a note or a DVD, I don't know. What can you do?
Excuse me, kid, you're feeding your kid poison. What part do you understand?
Then you sound crazy.
Read the ingredients.
And when you know I've been seeing a lot of recently,
yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of Susan Komen stuff.
Oh, that's right. All over the place.
Popping up on bottles of water,
right.
Boxes of cereal.
Right, unbelievable. In fact, I called Susan Komen.
Did you?
I did call her.
Did you ask her for some money?
No, I said, listen, I know cancer can be reversed from the raw food diet.
Yeah.
She said, well, how much money can I bring in? That was her reply. How much money can I bring in?
I am so happy she was honest.
It wasn't, I was one of the staff people.
Okay.
She says, I know it, but how much money can I bring in? Our job is to raise awareness by putting it on same with the Alice elimination thing.
Yeah.
I took them aside and said, listen, you cannot give a kid pretzel and water ice, and it causes leukemia.
Yeah.
They don't want to
By the way, I want one. Here's a dollar for
yeah.
That's absolutely right. And that's, again, tonight when I talked about advertising and the way we see things, I noticed the Susan Komen stuff everywhere because it's that little pink ribbon.
Right.
You see that pink ribbon, you know what it is.
You know what that is.
It's your eye.
And so you started, how many years ago did you start, and why did you start in raw?
Well, I started eating raw mainly because of you 3 years ago when I came here.
Right.
And a lot of it also had to do with Megan, obviously.
Right.
But I started moving in this direction before I even met you, but unconsciously. I didn't even realize cutting little things out of my diet.
Because you want to stay young.
That's right.
You want to stay 22 years old forever.
I used to be fat and it sucked.
It sucked.
I don't want to be fat. And now I'm skinny and awesome again and I love it. And I'm not going back.
Okay.
I'm staying here.
Right here. And anything, you talked for an hour and a half. So why don't you give some other cool stories about
well, I talked about some of my personal stuff that's happened. I talked about some of the stories that I learned from other people and other people I've learned from. And I did bring up corporations and the government a little bit. And I don't want to go too deep into that because I don't want people giving me nasty emails. But I believe that...
No nasty emails.
I believe that... It's going to take more work than just us.
It is going to take a lot of work. I mean, it really saddens me. I'm overwhelmed by what's out there.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed.
Sure.
I'm just overwhelmed. I mean, I work so hard in Lansdale alone, and it's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But my goal is just 110 at a time.
I talked about some products tonight.
Right.
I even brought in some props of show
Right.
and tell.
Right.
A lot of items that you can buy are tricky because it'll say high in fiber or 100% daily allowance of vitamin C on the box.
Right.
And then you turn the box around and it says high fructose corn syrup on it in small print.
Right.
And I
Same
think,
thing with yogurt. Yogurt.
Right.
I want to give an example of yogurt. What do you say on that? What are the ingredients?
Well, my friend's mom was excited about
No
eating.
names.
Right. My friend's mom was very excited about the way I was eating, and she ran into the refrigerator and she said, "I have something in the refrigerator that's awesome, and I'm eating it, and it's good for me, isn't it?" She grabbed it out, she pulled it out, and it was Light and Fit yogurt. And she was excited. She said, "It's got blueberries in it. Aren't blueberries good for you?" And I actually thought it was kind of cute at first because she's a mom.
Right.
She doesn't know.
And she wants to do her best.
Right. She was actually
She
trying.
wants to do her best.
She was trying. So I said, "Let me show you." I grabbed the yogurt and I flipped around the back and read the ingredients off to her. And when I did that, she was blown away. I said, "There's barely any blueberries in here. It's blue dye #1 and high fructose corn syrup, the sweetener."
That's a funny thing. Now that you mention it, I got this YouTube should be devoted to please read the ingredients.
Yeah, right.
This YouTube
Right,
is
right.
please
Right.
read the ingredients. Know what you're buying.
Obvious
I
stuff.
love that.
Obvious
Please
stuff.
read the ingredients.
Sure.
Where is an example of that? We have an example?
Well, you want me, well, can we, if we...
No. I'll go. You continue talking.
I think that where we're trying to head is
Where is it?
donuts. Pretty obvious that they're bad, right? But other things that you can buy at the store actually lie to you straight up. Have a smiley face on there or some kind of character. Oh, here we go.
No names. No names.
Put your hand over the box.
What are the ingredients of famous, well-known cereals? Good.
Corn, sugar.
Corn, sugar. Number 2 ingredient, sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2 ingredient, sugar. Corn fiber,
Corn fiber.
molasses,
Molasses.
salt.
Salt. This is healthy cereal for kids.
That's right.
And
Every
it's done by
kid
weight.
in America is eating the cereal.
It's done by weight, right, Tim? That's how they
Yes.
do the list?
Yes. Good.
Let
Yes.
people know that.
I love it.
Partially hydrogenated vegetable oil.
Partially hydrated vegetable oil. That's healthy.
Monoglycerides.
Non-glycerides.
Yep.
This is what you're figuring.
Sodium.
Children, and parents.
Right. Wheat starch.
Wheat starch.
And then there's some other stuff in here that I
This
can't
is a true
pronounce.
story. It wasn't sad. It wasn't so sad to be true. No,
Yeah,
it wasn't so true to be sad.
Right. Well, the thing is that this is marketed as this is what you should have at breakfast.
That's right.
And
With
this-
milk.
And not only will this slow you down, but the sugar will cause you to crash.
And no, yeah.
And then you get halfway through the school day, and then you're lazy and you're angry, and then you don't want to
In fact, this is one of the healthier cereals, isn't it?
work. You know what? There is worse. This actually surprisingly doesn't have any food coloring in it,
Oh, good.
but that's one ingredient.
Okay, we'll do the next one.
Well,
No
next-
names.
Well, here, what's neat about this one
Yeah, no names.
is that this cereal is marketed towards adults, not
Adults.
children.
Number 1. They give me a picture of a beautiful woman.
On the back, there's a beautiful woman on there.
Yeah.
Because you'll look like her after a few boxes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you can drop a jean size in 2 weeks if you eat this.
Wow. Over the blueberries.
No, chocolate.
Chocolate. Oh.
Chocolate. You gotta have chocolate for
Yeah,
breakfast.
yeah. The ingredients? Number 1 ingredient.
Rice.
Rice.
Wheat.
We talk about rice, we'll mention it. C6H06.
Well, ingredient number 2 is wheat.
Wheat. And wheat, most people are allergic to wheat.
Third ingredient, sugar.
Sugar.
And then chocolate,
Then chocolate.
which is sugar and partially hydrated kernel oil.
Yeah.
And
You'd be so doped up you wouldn't go walk around circles.
artificial flavoring.
Artificial flavor, you know what that means.
Yep.
MSG.
Milk,
Milk. Oh my gosh.
high fructose corn syrup,
I can't believe people.
salt.
How much do you know people pay for this?
This is like
$4.50.
$4.50 a
$4.50.
box.
For how many pounds? How many ounces is it?
13 and a half.
Yeah, so it's
So it's kind of a deal. This is really interesting because this is actually marketed towards adults, not
this is
kids.
$6, $7 a pound.
Right,
For actually so far it's rice.
right. Well, I
Twice a
mean,
week.
you could probably make this at home. Everybody has salt and sugar at home. and just throw a loaf of bread on top and throw some milk on it, and you have a bowl of
Yeah,
cereal.
you charge $7, and then you put a pretty picture on the back.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna look like her,
Yeah.
you might as well eat it. So that,
Please don't lie.
so that's the meaning of that's the big purpose about my talk
Okay.
tonight.
I think we should do this again. We ought to do this again. We'll do this again.
Advertising is very dangerous.